Great morning, everybody. Great morning. I'll wait for some of you guys to come on. Just wanted to give you guys a quick message. I feel just absolutely amazing. As you guys know, I'm currently in St. Thomas, and just it's so beautiful here. It's so beautiful. Have a little apartment that's it's right on top of I think we're on like a mountain or something, but I don't know, it's beautiful, but I'm really close to the beach. And so I'm getting ready to actually, we're going to go into town and then we're going to go to the beach and just have some fun, just enjoy. Good morning, good morning, good morning, everybody. I have a secret. For all you guys that, this is for people who feel like they're at a standstill and they're stuck right now. This is who this message is for. Okay. So if you feel like you're at a standstill or you're stuck right now, you're not doing what makes you happy. Whatever makes you happy, when you apply that to your life and your career, the universe will support it. I don't care if it's making crayons. Whatever makes you happy is what is supported by the universe. If you're in a situation right now where you are unhappy, meaning that you are just going to work just to go to work, but every day you feel negative emotions about going to work, you're going to be living like from paycheck to paycheck. You're always going to be struggling. Even if you make a lot of money, you're always going to have something that you have to pay for. There's always going to be something that's going to stand in the way because you're not happy. You have to do sometimes the things that don't make sense. So even let's use the example of making crayons. If you're a person where if you love crayons, and I'm saying this because it's far-fetched, but you love it and it makes you happy, it brings you peace, it brings you joy. If you went in that direction and started your own crayon line, you will be like a millionaire. You will have full success. You have to do the things that make you happy. If you are in a relationship and every day you're stressed out, you're losing your edges, you are like drinking a lot, you're in a situation where it's like you're always trying to escape. If you're in a situation where you're always trying to escape, you're not happy, okay? So if you are in a situation where you're working and you're not happy going to work, you hate what you're doing, you're huffing and puffing like, God, I gotta do this, I gotta do that. Oh my God, I don't feel like doing this. You're trying to find excuses why you can't do it. If you're in a relationship where it's like, you're like, damn, I don't even wanna, well, I can't say this, I can't say that. Well, if you're walking on eggshells, if you're stressed out, if it's always a fight or argument, you're taking away from that energy of manifestation. Manifestation is fueled off of happiness and good emotion. That's what manifestation is fueled off of. So for example, travel. Travel for me makes me happy. Like I'm happy when I love traveling. I love traveling. And when I first started this journey of traveling last year, when I first made my vision board and I told the universe, you know what, I want to travel. I want to do what I have to do. I like to travel the world. I didn't have the money to do it. I had all these other bills and expenses and all this other stuff. I didn't know how I was going to have all the extra money to travel. But every single time I wanted to travel and I decided to go somewhere, the money will always show up. But that's how it works. When you do the things that make you happy, when you do the things that you love, that's when, and don't worry about, well, is it going to work? Is it not going to work? Well, that sounds very silly. And I don't worry about that. If it makes you happy and you feel that genuine emotion of happiness, if you genuinely feel happy with whatever you're doing, I don't care. Hell, if it's stripping, if you're a stripper and you love dancing on a pole, you're going to be successful. You're going to be one of those strippers that make $1 million a year. One of those strippers that you always hear about. If that's what you love doing, that's what you're going to be successful at. There's no limitations. There's no judgment when it comes down to the universe. The universe has no judgment. So whatever you love doing, I would recommend you don't do things that hurt other people, but whatever you love doing is what will prosper and manifest for you. So, this is for people who are on a standstill, who just can't seem to make it for nothing, who keep trying all this other stuff that doesn't make you really happy. You're just trying it because you're just trying to make money, or you're trying to just like get by, or even being in relationships that just you're always stressed out and unhappy, and you just are stuck in at a standstill. And just like with yourself, and just if you're in a city or a place where you're unhappy, guess what? You're going to have limitations there. If you're living somewhere where you're unhappy, you're going to have limitations there. The universe you only manifest through happy feelings, through good feelings. That's the only way. You have to be in a happy place. But somehow, so right now, for example, because I know I love traveling, I cannot sit still for shit. I can't sit still in Atlanta like for more than 2 weeks. I have to go somewhere. So far, like this month, what is January? I've been in Houston, and now I'm here in St. Thomas. So next month I'll be in Washington. I'm going to Havana, Cuba, the third week of February. The first week of March I'll be in Paris for like 10 days, with France for 10 days. I'm going on like a whole European tour. I don't know when toward the end of the month of March that's when my bench is launching. So I have to be here in Atlanta. I'm doing through Mad Colors, the bench launch, so I'll be here. But then April, I'm trying to figure out where I'm going to go for April now. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, I love traveling, but it just happens that like wherever I decide to go, the extra money just comes and I can pay for it because I love it. And that's just an example. So now I'm working on incorporating travel with work. Like, what can I do to make money and travel? Like, what can I do? So now I'm incorporating that because I love it, and because I love what I do too. I love my job. I love my career, which also too is very abundant because I love doing it. I love helping people. I love talking to people all over the world. You guys go to my website, look at some of those reviews. Some of those reviews are unbelievable. And I love that. It turns me on. Not in a sexual way, but it turns me on when I see that I've changed somebody's whole entire existence. So somebody's whole entire path, that makes me happy. It turns me on. Not again in an arousal, like a sexual way, but more in a, like, it's a high. Like, it turns me on because it makes me happy. So now I'm going to incorporate the two things that I love into my plan for 2019. It makes me happy, but because of that, it's supported. And because of that, I'll always prosper. So the way you figure out what makes you happy, you first got to figure out who you are. Who are you? Like, who are you? I found myself, honestly, through travel. By taking a risk, I said I was going to do it. I found myself through life experience. You got to find yourself first. Who are you? Who are you? What's your path? What's your purpose? What are you here meant to do? Are you an artist? Do you like to sing? Do you like to dance? Are you a teacher? Do you like helping people? Do you like numbers? Do you like health things? Do you like figuring out the mind? Do you like figure out the soul? Are you a spiritualist? Are you someone who's into spirituality, holistic health? Who are you? What's your passion? Who are you? What do you like? What do you love doing? What do you love? Who are you? Find out who you are to understand what you love. You first have to figure out who you are. You have to do some deep soul searching, and sometimes that takes isolation. Sometimes you may have to kind of step back and be by yourself, go into yourself. I meditate every day. Throughout the day, I meditate. And I listen to what God has to say to me, our spirit, our universe, collective consciousness. I listen, and I find myself more and more and more stronger and stronger and stronger. Seek out those, and don't be afraid to take risks. Seek out people that have same interests as you. A great website to go on is meetup.com. All kinds of groups, from public speaking, authors, artists, yoga. There's the fitness. If you love fitness, do that. Like, whatever you place your energy into, whatever you love, whatever you don't huff and puff about, and you're like, ooh, I would do this. If you would do it for free, if you do it for free now, I would do it for free. Like, if you're somebody, like the other day, actually when I was going through TSA, it was this like security guard person, TSA guy. He was singing as he was like checking our stuff. He was singing and he sounded good. He sounded real good, but he sang the whole time while he's like, and I don't know if it's just because that's just it reminded me almost like what were those slaves? What was it called? Like when the slaves were singing when they had to work for free. Um, the spiritual. What's it called, you guys? When the spiritual. What's it called when like the slaves would sing to get through the day? Because I know that's what TSA is going through right now. But that's what, it was like he was singing through the whole process. He sang while he was checking everything, while he was putting on the gloves and going through the stuff. He just sang the whole time. But it's like, I'm like, damn, he should really go and pursue that because he sounded really, really good. It's his spiritual hymns. I can't get that out of my head. It reminded me of that, though. You guys know what I'm talking about. But I could tell he loved that. And if he pursued that, he would be successful. He loves it. People just be dancing in the street and just like dancing just to dance. Pursue it. Do what you got to do. Do what makes you happy. Do what you love and you will find success. You will get success. You're not going to have to chase shit. You're not going to have to chase anything. I promise you. You won't have to chase anything. It's going to come to you because the universe supports good vibrations. And the universe... Right, Negro spiritual. Yeah, that's what he was like. It was like a Negro spiritual, like the whole time. And I was at TSA. I had like the shortcut thing, whatever you call that. And so I was in line, but it was still packed. So it was like I was in line for like maybe 15, 20 minutes, and he sang the whole time, and it was beautiful though. He gave me chills. It was beautiful. But you just sat there and sang his Negro spiritual. Working for free. I feel so bad for the government people. But yeah, hopefully it motivates some people to do their own thing, get their own, like, to become entrepreneurs, because that's ridiculous. So anyways, I wanted to do that message. Does anybody have any questions about what I've said so far about just being successful? That's really what it is, I promise you. But you got to take a risk. Okay, so for example, I don't know if you guys know who Whitney Austin is. Whitney Austin is an artist. I met her when I was in Ohio, and she used to like actually model with me. Her and I used to model together. But Whitney Austin, she moved from Ohio to, I think, South Carolina or North Carolina. And now, so anyways, but she was in a corporate job. You guys have to look up her art. She's amazing. This woman, I mean, her art is amazing. But this is just an example. I hope she doesn't mind me sharing her story. But it's like she went from, she had a corporate job. She was making really good money, was living pretty decent life, but she didn't love what she was doing. She loved art. She started just like doing, do you guys know who Whitney Austin? If you go to her IG page, she's like, she has like 100,000s. She has so many different followers. She's a very beautiful girl. She's like now traveling the world doing what she wants to do. So, but she started off with a corporate job. It makes sense to be in a corporate job, right? If you have a corporate job and it's bringing you a paycheck every single, week or two or month, then why not? But she loved art. Actually, my book cover, for you guys who know my book, Love I Am, she actually painted that picture that's on my book cover. Anyways, she went off of pure faith and had just began to just paint. That doesn't make sense, does it? To go from a corporate job where you have all this security and you have all this financial stability, but you love the paint. You love art. And to go from painting in your living room, now she has like two, like the buildings, 2 studios, galleries. She drives was in Maserati. She drives a Maserati. She travels the world. This girl literally quit corporate America just to paint. And now she's living the life painting. All she does all day is paint. She paints, but she loves it. She paints pictures. She didn't have to go through like 10 years of school for that. People have a very crazy misconception. They feel like they have to go to college for like 30 years to obtain success and wealth, or they have to achieve this and accomplish this, but they're doing it for other people, not for themselves. A lot of people go through, like 10, 12 years of like college just for other people, to impress their family or to impress other people. It's not even for them. And don't even I know somebody right now who has like, what's that? She has like a master's and she has, I think it's 2 masters. She has 2 masters and she's like a manager at Bath and Body Works. She's a manager at Bath and Body Works right now. That's offensive. That's offensive. It's not about your education. It's about you doing what you love doing. It's not about how much training, how many classes you attend, and all that type of stuff. It's about you doing. Now, if your classes pertain to what you love doing, go for it. It'll be supported. But it's not about that. It's about really, like, what do you love doing? What makes you happy? You find out who you are, do what makes you happy, understand your passion, and you will have success. So, all right, you guys, be blessed. I'm about to actually, like I said, we're going into town, and then we're going to go to the beach. I'm excited. Get some ocean, and I will check in with you guys later. Bye.